looked all over the pitch, and Furlong's been playing the Championship for a long, long time, and he delivers the passes when they need to be delivered for fellows who, in turn, his quality is undeniable. He's leading assists, he's leading touches in the opposition half, his chance creation, he's been a different gear. But what he does, which Jamie used to do, knows it so well, if you run in behind, you'll cause people problems, because at Championship level, the players that are delivering you the ball can put it on the money for you.
Key component potentially of the game today, which could cause Oxford United problems. The right-hand side for West Brom, and of course the top scorer in the Championship leading the line for the Baggies. However, Oxford United done very well at home this season. Des Buckingham boys will welcome the challenge of West Brom, with their potential, of course, to go top of the league with a win.
Topo Ligo. Right, I'm gonna quickly stick some music on. Stick it. Media player. I've just come in. This is such a rush.
Look, there's my home, there's my wall. See, it's the flower, mine is lost. Beyond space, beyond time, give me fire, clear my mind, tale of love.
I hate it when I have this many tabs.
And I'm not really fussed. Yeah, I'm quite happy to play anywhere. Put me in the middle.
Very
I'll play
laggy,
there.
I get that. I can't fix that.
Quite happy as long as I'm playing.
You've had a remarkable start as a club that's just been promoted into the Championship, but here at home in particular, it's been very strong. You're unbeaten. What's been the secret to that, Tyler?
I mean, if you look around us, the fans are so good, so supportive. Win, losing, drawing, like they're always getting behind us. So that is a real big factor for us and gives us that positivity and that confidence to keep going.
Well, Tyler, well done. Off you get in that dressing room.
There's your pep talk. Hope you get that dressing room. David Craig, the new manager. 7 games in total across the EFL today. Your Championship offering Cardiff taking on Plymouth. We spoke to Omar Reza earlier on today. They're looking to get out of the bottom 3. Wayne Rooney, the Plymouth boss, will be up in the stands, of course. Elsewhere, just 1 win in 6 for Preston and North End. No wins on the road in 7 for Coventry City. 2 teams that need to get back into some sort of form. Speaking of form, Luton could do with picking up that as well. Their 15th place opponents, Watford, are the visitors today to Kenilworth Road. Into League One we go. Won 5 of the last 6 at home. Ruben Sellers' Reading side host a Crawley Town that have lost 4 on the road. Wycombe unbeaten in 7. Darren Ferguson's Posh are the visitors today to take on Wanderers. Kick-off 12:30, of course. Then back-to-back league wins for Accrington Stanley this season for the first time in a year. They face Barrow. The explainer for this comes your way for Sky Sports Plus.
Hi there, let me show you how you can access more live EFL games this season, as well as loads of other sports on the go with our new service, Sky Sports Plus. Once you've opened the Sky Sports mobile app, you'll find all the live sport available to you in the Watch section. Simply click on the event of your choice and you're in. You can get to a specific match even quicker. Look for your favourite team tab. It'll take you straight to the action that you're after. Or maybe you'd like to check out what's happening right across the EFL in general. Click here, and then you'll be able to scroll through all of the live games. It has never been easier to watch live sport with Sky Sports Plus.
Some breaking news and a surprise contender in the marathon.
Yes, Rachel. One of the front runners has caught the leading pack. He's carrying a fridge.
Let's go to the football. Clive. He's volleyed it in from the
It's a frig. Frig the fridge. Yes. If I need to, I can do it without the camera. Because it's just not going to work, is it? I'm trying to close down applications, try and get it to work, but...
Kick-off coming up very shortly indeed. 7 games in total. Let's take a look at them. Look, we've got Oxford, West Brom, Cardiff, Plymouth, Preston, Coventry, Luton against Watford. They're all in the Championship, of course. League One, Reading against Crawley, Wycombe, Peterborough, and then in League Two at the Wham Stadium, Accrington Stanley taking on Barrow. Glorious day up there in the north-west. Right, chaps, big game coming up. Our main focus, of course, Oxford United against West Brom. That sparkling home form that we've seen from Oxford United. We saw that the last time they played each other, last century. That sense of history is all about what Oxford are doing this season, isn't it, in the second tier, Jamie?
Yeah, it is, and I think they're full of confidence, particularly at home, and I think the line-up there suggests it. I think they've got such exciting wingers, Dembele we mentioned earlier and Tyler Goodwin. I think give them the ball and let them show what they can do at home. They won't fear anyone at home, and they've got to try and pick up results, so they'll be looking forward to it today.
We heard from Carlos Corberan, Rob. He talked about the performances not being quite what he wanted, which I thought was a very diplomatic way of saying they need to pull the fingers out after the last 3 results.
Yeah, they've definitely had meetings this week say, listen, it needs to be better. And it's all because the quality and everything that they've done earlier in the season was actually excellent, and they were winning games, and they were looking like, okay, this is a team that's looking to go up. But of course, this week now it's okay. How can we beat Oxford? But it's going to be a great game. This I love this because one of the best home forms against the best away form. So I love what's kind of coming up, and it's a chance for West Brom. Big chance.
Chance to go top. That's the carrot, isn't it, Luke?
Yeah, and I look at the front 4 they've got out today.
Scary.
Oxford's form at home, fantastic. But with this front four coming to town, it's going to be a different challenge than they've faced so far this season.
The challenge, of course, that comes their way is Oxford United at home and their home form, which has been sparkling so far. Des Buckingham, of course, an Oxford United fan, which, as I said to him before, Jamie, it was to do with that emotional attachment. He'll be buzzing off this as much as anyone else, won't he?
Yeah, he will. I think that's what creates a really good story, the connection between the fans. I think that drove them through last season to get promoted, and they're well behind him, which gives all the players, you know, it always goes onto the pitch, and it just gives them that freedom at home to express yourself, but knowing that whoever comes to town, we need to pick up points at home, and it'll be a good game today.
Points needed at home. You get the feeling that consolidation in the Championship is built on good home form, isn't it, Luke?
Absolutely, and that is the foundation to having a successful season, because when you go to other teams like a West Brom, you go into the Hawthorns, you go into the history, you go into the size of the club, but when you're at your home ground and you're trying to make that the main focus when you come into another league and a step above.
Let's just get you up to date with your team news for today's game at the Kassam Stadium. 2 changes for both. We're going to begin, of course, with Oxford United. Long and Edwards are both out. The return, though, of course, for captain Elliot Moore. He missed the last game against Portsmouth with a knee injury, and club record signing Siriki Dembele. He also returns, making his 4th Championship start this season. As for West Brom, it's 2 changes for them as well. We've got a team, of course, of wonderful players with regards to a Championship team looking to climb to the very summit of the Championship. Racic comes back in the middle of midfield. Grant, of course, comes in on the left-hand side of that 3 that operates just behind Josh Maja. And as Luke obviously alluded to, Diangana, Tom Fellows as well, and Josh Maja leading the way, the Championship's top scorer. Carlos Corber on that, as ever, fully focused on what the next 90 minutes has in store. Oxford United fans taken to the feet to applaud, of course, their team onto the pitch. And West Brom, as ever, travelling in great number and, of course, in due course, in great form. This ahead of the game, they're going to be a period of remembrance, of course, given what we've seen and heard over the course of the EFL week. It's been a dreadful week in so many ways, but the EFL family, you feel, really has come together to make sure that everyone is respected, everyone is fondly remembered, and everyone is very much in our thoughts, and that's echoed right here in the Sky Sports studio. Both teams, led by both captains, taking up their places around the centre circle ahead of kick-off here between Oxford United and West Brom.
Oxford United and West Bromwich Albion paying tribute to George Baldock. George, who used to wear the yellow of Oxford United. His family has a huge connection with Oxford United. George's brother James is the club doctor here, and his brother Sam also played here. George and his family are in the hearts of everyone here.
No.
Just a desperately
Aaron.
sad time right
with
now.
the Albion.
So the championship back, Oxford United fighting their corner at this level, rolling out the red carpet to welcome championship royalty and refusing to fall when the big names call. West Bromwich Albion, the latest championship heavyweight to climb into the ring at this unique venue and take on the challenge of sending Oxford to the canvas. Albion have looked down on the rest already this season. The championship summit is waiting again. But also Oxford United.
A very useful Oxford United, who have started the season brilliantly.
Oh, come on. Grant left wing.
And Albion looking to make a quick start of their own here. That's a foul on Kioso, and the referee Lee Doughty brings play to a halt. And a free kick to the home team in the sunshine here.
I think it's safe to say most people would have expected Oxford to struggle at this level. They finished 5th in League One last season, 17 points behind Portsmouth, 15 points behind Derby. Yet they've made the best start of those promoted clubs, and it's largely down to some brilliant recruitment, brilliant tactical decisions by Des Buckingham.
Yeah, and when you consider that Oxford were more or less 3 weeks behind the other two promoted clubs because they won promotion through the playoffs, it has been a swashbuckling start from Oxford United. But up against an Albion team who will be looking to respond, winless in 3. Carlos Corberan has got through plenty of work in the international window with those that remained, particularly working on their attacking setup against teams that sit deep, the low block as they call it these days.
Yeah, I think the Millwall game, the last game they played at the Hawthorns, would have really only enhanced what he felt he needed to work on with his team. They had 80% of the ball, but within that, they only created really one decent chance. Creativity not been such a problem away from home, where I guess the onus is a little bit more on teams to come out of a low block and have a little bit of a go, but they've been brilliant away from home.
There's Siriki Dembele, who drags the ball out of play. He does prefer to play on the left rather than the right, Siriki Dembele, which is why Tyler Goodrum has switched over to the right-hand side again, as happens when those two are starting in the same 11. There's Mowat.
Go on.
Pursued by Rodriguez. This is Carlin Grant. Now Hegem. Grant again. Mowat up against his former club today. Pep Clotet brought him here.
Go on, have a pop, Diangana. Go on.
She's gone for the to pick up the pieces here, but Oxford have managed to deal with it. But it's been a good start this from West Bromwich Albion. Darnell Furlong, he goes down.
Albion.
Dembele beaten to it.
Albion.
There's Harris.
Albion.
And they're pulled apart, aren't they, the 11 and for each out there, in terms of the journeys that they've had to this point. West Bromwich Albion laden with players that have played in the Premier League. The Oxford United story very, very different.
Rodriguez. A big part of Notts County's success story as he tried to smuggle that through to Mark Harris.
Running past defenders, score.
He'll be a key, won't he, Mark Harris? You feel his running power. Really, when you hark back to the Norwich game and you think Grant Hanley was there, he ran him ragged a little bit, didn't he? Oxford will be hoping he can put in the hard yards here against Ajayi and Kyle Bartley.
Yeah, he got taken off in that game, Grant Hanley. Head bowed as he left the pitch. He's managed to respond, though, as Mark Harris leaves his calling card there with Darnell Furlong. Hegem. to Uroš Račić. It's a tall, imposing figure at the heart of the Albion midfield. There's Fellows. Nice flick from Diangana to find Mowat. Now Kioso. There's Kioso again. He had such an impressive time on loan at Peterborough last season, so much so he ended up being the Peterborough captain until he headed back to Rotherham when he was recalled before heading out to Oxford in the summer.
We'll sing on a run. We are
There's
the
Darnell
Albion.
Furlong, although
We'll
that
sing
gets
on
away
a
from
run.
it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Albion did come within 3 games of returning to the Premier League last season. Carlos Corberán this time around wanted to see an improvement with results on the road. He's had that so far. They were bottom half for results away from home in the last campaign. Right now this season they are joint top for the away form. But up against this Oxford team, who've yet to be beaten at home in the Championship this season. They've conceded only 1 goal at home so far this season. And Goodrum showing what he can do.
Oh.
There's Siriki Dembele. Brown. There's Nelson. Now the returning Elliot Moore, and Oxford's glad to have his presence back at the heart of their defence. Palmer will hold on.
Oh, a good minute or so that for Oxford, just settling into the game.
Well, they really did set the tone here on day one, Oxford, with the home form and what they did here against Norwich City in that 2-0 victory. They haven't looked back here since, but this is Fellows. There's the step over, which he is renowned for. They know it's coming, but they can't stop it.
Yeah, we say this every time we see him. It's quite remarkable what a season he's having.
Well, Colin Grant on the other side of the pitch knows as soon as Tom Fellows does the step over to make his way into the box and head for the far post, waiting for the cross. Harris has got the
No, get it out. Get it out.
Harris has just got away from him. The angle closed and Palmer closed in.
Well, this is what I'm talking about with Mark Harris, his ability to run, and he uses his body really well. He arcs his run, kick, stays on side, and then legally stops Ajayi from getting to the ball. But that touch there, it's just a little bit heavy, and that makes the angle just a little bit too tight. He's nice and strong there. Just can't get the strike away on target.
Well, both teams have yet to concede from a set piece this season. This could be a tester here for Albion. Kieran Brown is waiting at the far post. Launched into the area where he was, and then Palmer had to react as Moore came in around the back.
Yeah, everybody misses this, and it goes all the way through. It does well to keep it alive, Elliot Moore. But certainly the last 2 or 3 minutes, they've just settled down a little bit, haven't they? West Brom started very brightly.
From the
Two former goalkeepers up against each other here today. There's Buckingham and Carlos Corberán. That's a searing run forward from Darnell Furlong, but not the finish that he was looking for, and the hand of apology to Fellows, who was on the outside.
It's clever movement that gets him in there. Steps inside, doesn't get closed down, so he's absolutely right to be having a strike.
Just signed a new contract extension at the Hawthorns, arguably the most consistent player under Carlos Corberán, Darnell Furlong.
Yeah, he's had a really good career at West Bromwich Albion, in the Premier League as well. That's of course where they all want to get back to.
Harris running into Fellows and gets the free kick. He will pop up everywhere, Mark Harris.
Well, this is why it's not just the goals. He's been out of the goals in the last 5 games. Started like a house on fire, but it's everything else. He's a nuisance, for want of a better expression. Certainly for defenders.
The king and Cyril Regis too. Super
Still feeling the effects of that collision, Mark Harris. His first start for Wales during the international window, and Hugely impressive win against Montenegro. Impressive in terms of their performance in the first half, particularly in the Welsh capital during the week. He's a player that Craig Bellamy knows well. Craig Bellamy having coached him when he was coaching the youth team at Cardiff City, and now coaching him at international level.
Albion.
Nelson to Brown. Racic in the way. Harris looks to pick up. There's Sariki Dembele. Now Goodrum.
Don't let him.
Dembele.
Don't let him. Stand him.
It's Goodrum again.
And
it's played behind him by Kioso.
It's a shame. Good situation. Gone to waste.
There's Mowat. Now Shemi Ajayi has profited from the departure of Cedric Kipre, who headed off to France in the summer. Kipre was a big part of Albion's success story last season, a season which almost ended with promotion. Colin Grant, he's done well.
Go on!
Just behind Racic, who was closing in.
Get it out!
Away by Rodriguez.
Hey!
There as well, Colin Grant. Defender let go just in the nick of time, but good skill. First test for Kioso here. Grant running at him. He does pull him there. Look, he just lets go in time.
Fucking useless.
Well, he's having a little bit of a renaissance at the Hawthorns, is Colin Grant, who was out on loan at Cardiff City last season. He looked to be heading out of the door of the Hawthorns in the summer. But given another opportunity by Carlos Corberán, and he has taken it. Mowat with the delivery. Josh Maja was setting himself. Beaten to it though by Kioso. Now Fellows. Mowat. He was playing a little bit deeper so far this season, Alex Mowat.
Oh,
and he'll have to retreat and cover. Here will the Albion midfielder. The referee has just seen that challenge and foul and wave play on as El Mazouni picks up the baton.
On your ass, get set, go.
Well, there was a lot of talk, wasn't there, how Alex Mowat would do without Yakuslu. They formed a brilliant partnership last season, but it's almost like he stepped up another gear, isn't it? It's been brilliant this season, Alex Mowat, for West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah, and Carlos Corberán still trying to find that right blend in the centre of the Albion team. It's the fourth successive game that he's changed the midfield partnership. Mowat and Uroš Rakic together today, and Rakic appealing for handball and gets it.
Way.
Carlos Corberán did call the summer that's just gone his most challenging time so far as a head coach in terms of the turnover of the West Bromwich Albion squad, the squad build, and the fact he had to do it with the financial restraints that he had. He took 30% off the wage bill during the summer whilst doing the rebuild.
No.
There's Harris.
Shit.
Goodrum.
Get it off him, lads. He don't want the ball. Get it off him. You don't want the fucking ball.
There's Elliot Moore. Goodrum again.
You don't want the ball, Charger.
Kioso. Now Nelson. Summer signing on loan from Leicester City. Ben Nelson. Highly regarded at Leicester and elsewhere.
Yeah, they've certainly recruited well, haven't they, Oxford United? 16 players through the door. And last week, 6 of the new ones started. I think it's the same again here this afternoon.
Yeah, in terms of incomings, the busiest team in the Championship, Oxford, with the 16 signings they made. Mark Harris is offside here.
There's that run again. That's the danger to West Bromwich Albion. A little shake of the head in the direction of the assistant. But he's always an option there. You can see
Watford 1-0 down,
Plymouth
1-0 down, Luton 1-0 up.
But it's the intent.
Cardiff
really.
1-0 up.
Always on the look for
Coventry,
that kind of a delivery. You didn't think so.
0-0, Preston 0-0.
You were, Mark.
Oxford obviously baggies 0-0.
No need to wag your finger at him,
If we win
though,
this
Dom.
game, we go up to first place by 1 point clear.
Well, he came here to be a number 9. Mark Harris, who'd been playing as a 10 and at wide at times at Cardiff City, just wanted to play through the middle, be an out-and-out striker. And he's proved what he can do in the yellow of Oxford. Out to play from Mowat.
You're talking about Carlos Corberán and West Brom's rebuild, and you're saying he's knocked 30% off the wage bill. It's really impressive because you do feel genuinely that this squad is probably a bit deeper, has a bit more depth to it than the one that reached the playoffs last season.
Yeah, he conducted his post-season review during the summer, and Carlos Corberán decided that this season he wanted more possession and for Albion to be more aggressive, as well as we mentioned before, the improvements in results away from home. Those were the 3 things they were looking for. That was coolly done, wasn't it, from Jamie Cumming?
Well, it's the pass of the match so far, isn't it?
There's Siriki Dembele.
Get it out! Out!
Dembele, he's fancying this, but he couldn't shake off Fellows.
Fellows went defensive then, I'm surprised by that. Don't know why Fellows went defensive, but he did.
El Mazouni. There's Elliot Moore. Oxford have drawn their last 3, including draws against Luton and Burnley here, 2 former Premier League clubs, as well as the draw last time out against Portsmouth. Fortuitous in many ways to get that draw against Portsmouth. Portsmouth had plenty of chances, including a penalty to win the game, but Des Buckingham will take the point, get out of there. Jamie Cumming made the penalty save to add to his impressive start to this season.
Yeah, it wasn't one of their best performances, but they displayed that fighting spirit. And they walked away with a point, and they've done that on numerous occasions.
How hard is it to kick a fucking
El
ball?
Mazouni.
Apparently it's hard enough that you just can't kick a ball sometimes.
Now Harris.
Ironic coming from me.
Rodriguez waiting in the middle for Oxford. Dembele. Siriki Dembele.
Get it,
to smuggle the shot through the gap. And Albion have dealt with it. They do have a man down.
I think it's Alex Mowat, isn't it? Took the force of the strike.
Oh, bollocks.
But it's good to see Dembele being positive. It's what you want from him. To try and be really positive. Just strikes the midriff of Alex Mowat. Maybe a bit winded.
So a problem for Mark Harris here too. Alex Mowat back on his feet. This will be a concern for Des Buckingham.
Looks like he's holding his calf there, didn't it? Which would be a worry.
"19 goals last season for Mark Harris in Oxford's promotion winning campaign from the 3rd tier. He hasn't scored, as Don mentioned, in his last 5 games in the Championship this season, but his presence is hugely important, and Dane Scarlett is warming up, waiting to see if he gets the nod here, if he's needed.
I know the coaching staff have been really impressed with this young man in training. He scored as well midweek, didn't he, for England under-21s?
Yeah.
So he'll be confident.
But the form he's in right now, he will not want to leave the field at all, Mark Harris, and give up his place in this team today.
Yeah, it's about the balance. if by staying on it runs the risk of doing something more damaging, then it really isn't worth it.
We'll wait to see what the verdict is. Looks like he's preparing to come back on, the Oxford striker.
Bollocks.
Racic. Made the offer in behind. Racic tried to pick him out, but was unable to.
Yeah, they're really important, aren't they, the wide players for West Bromwich Albion? That's why Millwall nullified Fellows, and it was Mikey Johnson that started last week, wasn't it, at the Hawthorns. Carlin Grant brought back in. A big job for the Oxford United fullbacks to try and replicate what Millwall did.
Harris is back on.
Millwall barely scathed that game.
Oxford look to build from the back.
Should have pennies in.
There's Kyle Bartley.
Just a crap ref.
Foul on Mowat. But you're right, Don, that is what Carlos Corberan felt in that game against Millwall, that Millwall shut down West Bromwich Albion down the flanks, and Albion really ran out of ideas after that.
A little quizzical look at the referee. I think you can file that one in the soft cabinet, can't you? Really? Maybe a tiny nudge. The referee's got a good view of it.
That soft cabinet's getting bigger. There's Darnell Furlong. Dembele back doing the defending. Furlong helped out by Fellows. Racic.
Now sent it to the moon.
Zuni standing his ground. Racic likewise.
Oh!
There's Nelson.
Go for it, Fellows. Get into him.
He plays the ball straight
to
Racic.
Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Take a pop, have a pop, have a pop.
Fellows into Maja. Nelson paying close attention to him. Too close to him. Free kick to Albion.
It's the referee's on our side of
the referee is just a few yards away. Feels that contact enough for a foul. West Bromwich Albion notoriously under Carlos Corberan have been very good from these set-piece situations.
Well, it's another area of the pitch he wants to see improved as well, Carlos Corberan. They have the delivery here of Alex Mowat. Bartley's waiting. Darnell Furlong, who's always a threat in the air. He is amongst those gathered too. Tom Fellows is back, minding the shop.
Oh, have a pop. He's having a pop. Surely he's having a pop. Go on, mate. Go on, Mowat. Oh, no, he didn't.
Swung in by Mowat.
Shoot!
Dropped here to Colin Grant, who is seen off. And Oxford looking for something on the counter-attack. Dembele.
Go on!
Sliding in after El Mazzuni
gave
the ball away. Here's Carlin Grant. Hegem's on the outside.
Go on, Hegem. Cross it.
Torbjorn Hegem.
Oh!
And that deflects behind for a West Bromwich Albion corner.
Come on.
Oxford, like West Bromwich Albion, have yet to concede from a set-piece this season. Kieran Brown, one of those who is vital when it comes to defensive duties for Oxford from these kind of situations.
On.
It's an in-swinger, dropped to Maja again, who got free at the far post. Hooks it forwards, and then the header
my God.
goes over the top. It will be another West Bromwich Albion corner.
Come on.
He found the space well, didn't he? Everybody gets sucked under the ball. Doesn't quite sit for him to take a strike himself, so very unselfishly hooks it into an area.
That was
need to defend. First little bit of pressure.
Yeah, it was Grady Diangana who was the nearest Albion player to that. Mowat goes in
low.
Flick at the near post. Goes over the top in the end from Torbjorn Hegem.
Yeah, just for the first time in the game, isn't it? Just that little bit of sustained pressure. It comes from set pieces. Hegem's going to be a little bit disappointed, actually. It's low and he's stooping, but trying to keep it down, can't do it.
This is close, man.
A good spell, though, for West Bromwich Albion. done most of their good work so far this season away from the Hawthorns.
They've scored at least 2 in every game, haven't they, so far? As I say, I do think that is largely down to the fact that teams in general will go to the Hawthorns and sit in a low block.
And
make life really difficult. Less so away from home.
Yep, that's a bit of Brexit defending.
I'm told, by the way, that Carlos Corberán is still hugely intense in training, but maybe a little bit of a lighter touch these days as well from Carlos Corberán. A few five-a-sides here and there, which the players have been enjoying.
I love watching the
I'd like to see that.
El Mazouni. There's Brown.
Back 9, with the Albion.
Was fired at Peter Kioso, who dealt with it.
With the Albion.
Brown.
With the Albion. Oh.
He gives Oxford that height with the out ball in the full-back position, Kieran Brown.
Check him on a bit there, right, because he did actually. As you can see, it's been pretty much us now.
25 minutes in, there's been a lack of clear goal-scoring opportunities so far, hasn't there? Either end. I don't think either goalkeeper has been extended yet.
Ali, West
Brom will always be organised and difficult to break down defensively, and here Oxford, we've already mentioned, only conceded 1 goal so far.
Yeah, Emil Rees scoring for Preston, who played well here in the game in which they led, but ultimately were beaten by Oxford by 3-1. But that Emil Rees strike is the only goal that Oxford have conceded at home in the Championship this season. It's a place they'll be leaving in 2026, Oxford United, and as of yet they have nowhere set in stone to play after that. Plans, of course, are afoot for a new stadium to be built, but they'll have to ground share by the looks of it for a while.
No.
Nice touch from Dembele to Rodriguez. Mark Harris having to readjust and set his sights. But it's high and wide from the Welsh international.
Yeah, it was just a fraction behind him. Couldn't really gather the ball. Momentum a little bit lost. A lovely little flick here, but this pass here is just behind him, look. Can't take it. Doesn't get closed down, so decides he wants to take the strike.
Plymouth are now 2-0 down against Cardiff. Wow. Maggie!
But at least the ball didn't fly over that fence, which Des Buckingham was talking about earlier on. It cost them quite a bit in footballs, Oxford United. The car park end.
Ping someone fucking Eddie.
There's Darnell Furlong.
Bashed in the head by some football. I'd take it.
Racic. Now Kyle Bartley.
Pass it quick.
Matthew just love to drop deep and try and knit things together for West Bromwich Albion. Did just that then. And he needs runners to go beyond it. Here's Fellows.
Fellows, ping it in. Oh!
Diangana. That's Dembele.
Get it.
El Mazouni. Ajayi. Vaux.
Playing a game of head of the ball. We're playing head ball now, not football. Head ball. Because it's just bloody headers.
No foul by Dembele, despite the protests from Darnell Furlong. And Dembele doesn't get the free kick he was looking for. There's Carling.
Shoots! Oh! Come on!
It's a fabulous
yes!
From Carling Grant.
Come on!
West Bromwich Albion's Renaissance man, who's been granted
get in!
That
that was fucking beautiful.
Taking his chance.
That was fucking beautiful. Well, take it outside the penalty area, bottom right corner. Keeper gets a touch.
5 or 10 minutes.
Stop it. Come on.
Spending more time in that Oxford half of the pitch.
Bye.
They work it really well. There's a couple of challenges here. First, I think. It's an appeal for a foul here by Dembele.
That was
Furlong, and then there's an appeal for a foul there. Racic.
Simple. Racic down, past
not
it,
given, but he
and
just
outside like the semicircle.
Off the line, he's in acres of space.
And
he's spotted, and Racic vision, picks him out. Lovely little outside of the foot pass. And he only really had one thing in his mind: get the ball out of his feet and take the strike. It's low, it's hard, it's accurate. No chance for Cummings. And a super opener from Carlin Grant.
My voice had a voice break.
It was clinical from Carlin Grant yet again. He's a player that Carlos Corberán knew a lot about when Carlos Corberán was doing his research before he took over at Huddersfield Town, where Carlin Grant had been playing, and watched match after match with Carlin Grant in the team. But as I mentioned earlier, because he was sent out on loan last season to Cardiff City, it looked like really he had no future at the Hawthorns. But look at him now.
Yeah, I think reading an article with him, the only disappointing thing was that he hadn't scored more than the one goal prior to today. Well, he's just rectified that. But his all-round game has been excellent. Started every game except the last one against Millwall. And that in itself is a positive thing.
So what is the Oxford United response? Oxford unbeaten here this season. That only the second goal they've conceded here this season. Kioso. Goodrum. Kioso's continued his run. Albion back in their numbers. Carl Bartley helping out his left back Torbjorn Heggen.
Yeah, that's better. They had gone a little bit passive, hadn't they? Oxford and West Bromwich Albion were controlling territory, stream of set pieces, and ultimately the goal.
Moore makes his way forward, always a threat from this kind of situation, as is Kieran Brown. Brown rises and gets his head on it, but couldn't direct it on target.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed. He is going to be disappointed, having got there with clever movement. It's a free header. He has to, we say this a lot, at the very least, hit the target and work the goalkeeper. It's a big chance.
Come on.
And a huge sigh of relief for West Bromwich Albion, the way Kieran Brown got free there, got his head on it, but couldn't keep it down.
So as it stands, we're top of the league again.
Racic. There's Furlong. Diangana finding Tom Fellows. Furlong's continued his run. Darnell Furlong charging forward. Wilson has picked himself up after being injured, trying to stop Darnell Furlong's charge.
It says 29th minute, I swear that's 28.
Asking the questions, as I said.
So we
pushing Oxford back.
We are Albion, so we are Albion.
Which of course includes all the set pieces, and more importantly from West Brom's perspective, the goal. What that tells you is that Oxford just need to look after the ball a little bit better when they have it.
Albion, 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 Albion.
Heggen into Josh Masher.
Go on! Go on! Oh!
Wilson across covering for Oxford.
Oh, it's brilliant from Madger. It deserved a better ball back to him. Oh, it's offside again. Those are the situations where he just needs to be a little more clever in his movement. He needs to bend the run, arc the run, be aware of where the defenders are.
We've got Carlos Corberán. We've got Carlos Corberán.
Racic finds the goal scorer, Carlin Grant. There's Diangana. Masher involved again. Diangana goes down and gets the free kick in a really threatening position for West Bromwich Albion.
The referee explaining. See Elliot Moore just feels, yeah, he leans into him, off the ball, spotted by the referee. It's a bit of a silly one.
Well, Colin Grant's having a look at it. There is the potent left foot of Alex Mowat there too.
It wouldn't surprise you if Mowat tried to bend it where the goalkeeper is now.
Yeah, he's going to bend like
possibility.
course he's going to bend
delivered
it like
before
that,
this season. There's Alex Mowat, who is looking to add a few more goals to his tally this campaign than
He's in a
what he scored
dangerous
last
position.
season.
He's going to bend it like Beckham.
Just the 2 last season. Already he's on 3 for this campaign.
Go on, Moa, have a pop.
It's Colin Grant. And Mowat may well get the next one.
Yes, I think he might.
That's the way it works. Grant involved again. Uroš Račić. There's Fellows. Račić again. There's Valencia on his CV as Mowat hits the deck. The referee didn't see anything wrong with the challenge, and the Albion midfielder on his old patch picks himself up. Ironic sympathy, I think, from the Oxford fans around us.
He's asking the referee now.
Really enjoyed his time here, though, Alex Mowat, during his loan out of Barnsley from his parent club at the time to Oxford United under Pep Clotet and then Carl Robinson. Living on his own, said made him grow up a little bit. I'm yet to discover that.
Yeah, well, you beat me to that one.
Get the Benelli on. There's Ajayi. Mowat again. Maja with a little flick. Furlong again on the charge. Fellows, he's at it again. He delivers the cross again. This time Oxford will get the free kick, a foul by Hegem on Rodriguez. There's Goodwin. Albion looking to hit top spot this afternoon. It's early days. It could only be temporary. Carlos Corberán calls the league right now false. He doesn't really take any notice of the table or what other teams are doing until his team have played the opposition one time. So it's only halfway through the campaign where Carlos Corberán really starts to have a look at the table and also can discover what others around them are doing.
Everybody's different, aren't they? And when they have a look at the league tables, etc.
Fellows.
Go on, line it.
It's Grant again, looking to torment Oxford United again, and Cumming had to react. Dean Garner. It's Tom Fellows. Nelson stood his ground and he had to.
Yeah, well, if there's one criticism you'd have of Fellows, it's that he doesn't shoot enough. He had a chance there to smash that ball as hard as he could. Turned it down.
He's involved again. Here's Darnell Furlong. Mowat. Račić giving chase to it. He wants the corner, and he gets the corner.
Yeah, they just need to stand their ground here, Oxford. Figure out if they conceded the next goal, it would be a long way back for them against such a well-organised defence that West Bromwich Albion have.
Bartley waits, Ajayi waits, Maja, who's found himself in a bit of space at times, some set pieces at the far post. He is in there too. In it goes from Mowat. Račić, you can hit them with either foot. Over the top.
Better with his right.
You tell him.
Well, menacing is how I would describe West Bromwich Albion at this moment in the game. Dean Garner does well, and there Fellows hit that hard first time, turn it on the goal. You never know what might happen.
Goodrum. Steps across his path. Yeah, they just haven't been able to get their wide players involved, have they? On the ball, in isolation, in situations where they can excel. Oxford have had that one big chance so far, the Kieran Brown header from a corner kick, which he sent spinning over the top. There's Ajayi. He's lost out. Dembele. Harris, though, has gone down after putting pressure on Shemi Ajayi. Seems to be okay for now, though, Mark Harris, but he was hopping there for a little while.
Stop moaning, lads. Ladies, drop your handbags.
Kioso. Siriki Dembele unable to catch up with it. Oh, it's a shame. He had found space. First bit is really good. Steps inside. Aggressive, moves forward, tries to just float it in. Fraction over hit. He's a player, though, Siriki Dembele, who can cause the opposition all kinds of problems. We've seen that before. Hegem. There's Colin Grant, who has been causing problems for Oxford here.
Go on, have a
pop. Grant going for it again. Didn't pack the punch that time, but again, he gets himself into a threatening position. Yeah, and that's why he loves playing from the left side, isn't it? Always wants to cut in on that right, and does it very successfully a lot of the time. No foul by Bartley. Harris again picks himself up. Home fans don't think they're getting too many decisions here from the referee Lee Doughty. There's Colin Grant again. Maja lets it go cleverly. Now it's Diangana. Grady Diangana, and it comes to nothing in the end. But wonderful approach play from West Bromwich Albion. It is, but why are they turning shooting opportunities down? This time it's Diangana. He's got to get it out of his feet there and hit the ball. Over elaborate. Opportunity gone. Well, Harris has just had a word with the referee. Meantime, at the other end of the pitch, Oxford need to try and get a grip of Colin Grant. Yeah, I think if they go in at half-time 1-0 down, I don't think that'll be the worst thing at the moment, the way the flow of the game is going.
Oh, this ref is blinding Emma. This ref is
more Championship football is coming your way tomorrow. Sunderland at the top of the Championship table ahead of kick-off today. There at Hull, see that 2:30 Sky Sports Football. And then on Tuesday, we're off to West London, Shepherd's Bush, Queen's Park Rangers against Coventry. See that from 7:30. And on Wednesday, it's Borough against Sheffield United. That's from 7 on Sky Sports Football. At the moment, West Bromwich Albion are sitting top of the Championship. There's Dembele. Now Rodriguez. Dembele again, looking to try and get himself out of the tightest of spots. El Mazouni. Dembele's gone down off the ball. Darnell Furlong the closest to him. Back on his feet now is Siriki Dembele. It's feisty out there. Yeah. Darnell Furlong knows exactly what he's doing. He's a master of those almost bullying tactics, aren't they? Well, he's keeping an eye on Dembele again. Dembele goes down. Get the free kick. Well, he is one of those players who off the ball will try and just leave a bit on, just shoves Dembele over, not seen by the officials, but this one was. And Oxford will settle for that set piece.
in a dangerous area.
Considering it's against
well, Oxford have yet
not.
to be behind a half-time in a home league game this season. And they're looking to hit back before the break here. Will Vaux is standing over this. They are a few of the options he has to try and hit. Vaux changes everything. It's Goodrum. Mowat and away. Goodrum again. Here's Vaux again. There was a plan in there somewhere.
Well, the pass to Goodrum wasn't good enough, was it? Didn't really give him a chance to get it out of his feet and get a clear strike away. Slightly behind him.
Hello from West.
There's Madger. Now Mowat.
Ah.
On a stretching, couldn't get to it. Vaux. Dembele in combat with Donnell Furlong again, but took the ball out of play. We will have 2 additional minutes.
Well, I know his team can do better, but you have to give credit to the opposition. West Bromwich Albion, they've really restricted Oxford. Just the one chance for Kieran Brown. And they have looked a threat going the other way.
He did look knackered there for a second, Carlos Corberan. Sprung back to his feet now. Oh, a slip there from Palmer. Managed to pick himself up. The last match day in the Championship wasn't the kindest to keepers, was it?
No, in a word.
Albion.
Alex Palmer, who shared the Golden Glove with Ilan Meslier last season. 18 clean sheets in the Championship.
Impressive, weren't they, last night? Leeds United looked the real deal.
There's Racic. Maja. Now Fellows. Albion looking to finish the half with a flourish. Fellows, again he makes room for the cross. He always does. There's Carlin Grant. Racic in there. Maja in there too. Loops behind. And it will be a West Bromwich Albion corner right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Carlin Grant is the one at the far post. He's maybe a little bit on his heels, not really sure. Doesn't gamble. Again, the threat. It's all coming from West Bromwich Albion.
Carlin Grant standing over this. Bartley trying to lose Kioso in the middle. Plenty
Go on.
of height on it. Maja was trying to pick up the pieces too, and that was the final act of the first 45 minutes. And for the first time in the Championship at home this season, Oxford are trailing at the break. The goal scored by Carlin Grant, West Bromwich Albion's renaissance man. Oxford felt they should have had a free kick in the build-up. Albion felt they should have had a free kick in the build-up. Carlin Grant smashed the ball home. Oxford's best opportunity coming the way of Kieran Brown, who headed over the top from a corner kick. At the break, Oxford United 0, West Bromwich Albion 1.
Well, that's funny. Come on, lads. Come on, Albion. Come on, Albion. Come on, Albion. Come on, Albion. Right, there we go. So at the break. And I keep on forgetting to do this. Let me just do that. And then I need to put it all the way to 45. Alright. Be back in a minute. Right. So, the break 1-0. At the break. So, while we wait, Gen 0. Why not? Because I need to do some stuff on there, and I need to quickly also do some stuff on Canva. Hello from Celtic, and do that when I do. Whoa. I'm just doing the last thing in this, and then I'll need to play Gen 0. We'll have a little playthrough of the game, why don't we? Because we can. Actually, never mind actually, yeah, be on football, and you can just listen. Because they keep on trying to copyright strike me. Yeah, there you go.
When everyone's caning to broadband, Wi-Fi 7 on EE makes every device work better, even yours. Search Wi-Fi 7 on EE.
No limits will reach for the sky. No valley too deep, no mountain too high.
Elevate your urban drive. New Nissan Qashqai with e-Power. Defy ordinary.
It's time to boost your business savings. Get 4.33% AER variable on unlimited deposits. When you open a Thai Business Savings account today, save without limits. New customers only.
This programme is sponsored by Fantasy EFL.
Welcome back. West Brom a goal up against Oxford United at the Kassam Stadium. Callum Grant back in the side and back on the score sheet. Frustration from the home fans, and we're hearing Des Buckingham as well with decisions made during the course of the first half. I'll come to you, Rob. It's a wonderful finish, but any debate with build-up, foul-wise for you?
Well, the first one for West Brom was a foul, but I think the referee just thinks kind of play on. I think Dembele thinks it's a foul, but after that, I think it just kind of plays on. I think luckily the referee just kind of plays in. This one, I think he's just kind of thinks it's a foul, tries to flick it, loses the ball, and then obviously the ball goes to Colin Grant there. But I think he just kind of plays advantage, to be honest with you. After this,
wonderful finish,
just about, because it opens up. Nobody's on him. You've got to get out to him, and the hit is brilliant because it's one of those that you kind of hit across it a little bit, but you know you're aiming for that far corner. But it's so good, such a quality finish.
Good finish then from Colin Grant. A couple of decent chances for Oxford United. Just Mark Harris's touch letting him down here, Jamie.
Yeah, I think, you know, you'd fancy him in that position and he just couldn't. He was sort of sitting at this awkward height. I think you've just got to try and get it down near your feet, and he's running a bit quick maybe, didn't quite slow him. I think that's the art of good goal scoring. You slow yourself down at the right time, and he didn't, got away from him.
Gary Weaver called this, Luke Chambers, Kieran Brown's header, the best chance of the first half for Oxford.
Oh, without a doubt, and he almost like ghosts into the near post. He's not picked up because West Brom are trying to mark zonally, but that's a big, big chance. If you get a free header inside the 6-yard box, you're expecting to. Well, I would have been expecting it. Rob saw it many a times when I glanced into that near post. But yeah, he has to hit the target, at least work the goalkeeper.
OK, 1 goal here, 7 goals elsewhere across the EFL, of course. They're all available on Sky Sports Plus. But in a second, I'll run you through what's going on. Goals aplenty, and plenty of knee slides and celebrations to pass some form of judgment on off the back of this break.
As it stands, West Brom.
This programme is sponsored by Fantasy EFL.
Is it me or is work not working? At least, not the way it could work. Your people are buried in busy work. You might be thinking, can AI make it all work? It can. On the ServiceNow platform, AI transforms your entire business. Your people work better, your customers are happier, and Todd, well, he's practically euphoric. Practically. So, let's get to work.
With generative AI on AWS, companies are already transforming how they work to generate new ideas and turn experiments into reality. AWS has innovative tools and services, so you can quickly build and scale generative AI with security built in. With generative AI on AWS, businesses can push the boundaries of innovation.
Chase is the digital bank that helps you unlock your money's potential.
What do you mean?
Let me show you. Look at your phone.
We're still in the kitchen.
But it's the future, where you use Chase's budgeting tools to help buy a...
New coffee machine.
And that's not all.
We finally made it to
Costa Rica. After creating multiple saver accounts, you could track and reach your goals.
What else?
When you invested through the Chase app, you had expert guidance, letting you plan for your future and his.
And here's.
I've got into uni, Mum.
See what your money can do when you spend, save and invest through the Chase app.
When it's the season finale, we just eat
Five Guys.
Yes. Oh, don't you worry. I'll get it, girls.
How we
Sorry. Am I in the way? Sorry.
For nights in and everything else.
Did somebody say just eat?
At E.ON Next, our dedicated fixed tariff gives you 100% renewable electricity from Yorkshire Wind, supplied to you via the national grid. So switch to E.ON Next.
Feels like paradise when I'm with
Get up to 2 free hybrid pillows, best rated by Which, with selected mattresses at simbasleep.com.
No limits, we'll reach for the sky. No valley too deep, no mountain too high.
Elevate your urban drive. New Nissan Qashqai with e-Power. Defy ordinary.
It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do.
Liam was thrilled his Barclay card got him 0% interest on all his surprises for Sarah. What you buy is your business. Helping you pay less interest is ours. Barclay card. Make money work for you.
When everyone's caning the broadband, Wi-Fi 7 on EE makes every device work better, even yours. Search Wi-Fi 7 on EE.
The days are getting darker. The nights are drawing in. But not to worry.
Complete utter devastation. Now that is quite something. Let the chaos begin.
4 games from the Premier League to light up your weekend, featuring Liverpool versus Chelsea, live on Sky Sports.
In Texas, the chase is on. The Pirelli United States Grand Prix, live on Sky Sports.
This programme is sponsored by Fantasy EFL.
A busy Saturday in the Championship on Sky Sports Plus. Wayne Rooney, of course, the Plymouth Argyle manager, is in the stands after being sent off last time out at home. They are currently 2-0 down, unfortunately. Alex Robertson with his first Championship goal for Cardiff City, followed by Ruben Colwell's first Championship goal for 12 months. A timely interaction. And the job in the second half is even harder. Ibrahim Sissoko reacting to having the ball smashed at him from about 4 yards, and that will quite clearly get you sent off. Red card for them, the third red card this season for Plymouth Argyle. This could be potentially a huge point, or 3 points, sorry, for Luton Town. Jordan Clark, 2 in his last 3 Championship games for him against bitter rivals Watford. Reading against Crawley. Amadou Mbenge with his first league goal for nearly 2 years for the Royals, opening the scoring for the home side. One for turn and finish. Harry Forster for Crawley Town drew them back on level terms before Lewis Wing put the home side ahead once again, and that is an absolute cracker. Definitely worth seeing again for the third time. That's potentially goal of the day, which I'm sure we'll see more than once later on today. Sean Wally for Accrington Stanley, gunning to make it 3 wins on the spin for them to climb away from trouble at the foot of League Two. Succinct knee slide for that one. Colin Grant, his second Championship goal of the season, as West Brom ahead against frustrated Des Buckingham and Oxford at half-time. The second half at the Kassam Stadium comes next.
The all-new, all-electric Ford e-Transit Custom. The van the world relies on, revolutionised.
Second half about to get underway very shortly indeed. Jamie Mackey, from an Oxford perspective, Des Buckingham's not happy with decisions in the first half. Has he got a point here?
No, it's not a foul for me, perhaps. I think it's the first one. I agree with Ernie earlier. I think maybe it was a foul to West Brom to start with. You've got to be a bit stronger, particularly when you're in your own half and then trying to flick it over his head. You know, you've got to be stronger there, and I don't think it's a foul. You've just got to get those two in the game a little bit more, the two wide men.
Okay, the wide men potentially coming into play in the second half of Des Buckingham to get Oxford back into this match. 1-0 they trail at half-time against West Brom. Back to Don Goodman and Gary Weaver.
Thank you, David. Oxford United to get the ball rolling in this second half, looking to address this problem they have at the break. Colin Grant's goal for West Bromwich Albion. The difference in terms of scoreline at the moment. Albion, who made the playoffs last season, fell at Southampton ultimately in the playoff semi-finals. History tells us that when they do fall in the playoffs, they usually come roaring back the following season and get what they want.
Just from an Oxford United perspective, there was a danger for me at the end of that first half that they just got consumed by the referee. The players did, the manager did, the crowd did, and that is just not going to get you back into this game. Forget about that and try and impose yourself. They need to get Goodrum more involved, and Mbele. Look for the runs of Harris. They've got to get a grip of Racic and Mowat, who ran that first half in midfield. So there's lots that they need to improve on if they're going to get something here, Oxford.
Well, they do get themselves a free kick in the opening stages of this second 45. Uroš Racic involved again. There's Buckingham leading his local team into battle again here today. Rodriguez has made the run through the middle and it bounces away from it.
Well, 1 yard shorter, and he brings this down. Just watch where it bounces. It's just out of his reach, isn't it? Nice idea.
There's Dejan Garner. Only having to readjust. Dejan Garner again. Wayward again. Here's Siriki Dembele. Dembele Seen off by Ratchich, who stepped across his path, but Grady Diangana causing all kinds of problems for his own team.
Yeah. And the pass back to Bartley that put him under pressure in the first place was sloppy. And then this pass here, well, it's reckless, isn't it? It's such a high risk. Fortunately for him, Dembele can't take advantage.
Encouragement, though, for Oxford at the start of the second half. There's Goodwin. To shake off Carla Grant, who just about kept his balance. Now Vaux. Rodriguez to Kioso.
That's what they do well. The pressure, the pressing from West Bromwich Albion has forced Oxford from halfway in the West Brom half all the way back to the keeper.
Yeah, Carlos Corberan team's so good with what they do out of possession. They're trying to nullify the opposition, but they may have work to do here. So Ricky Dembele. Plenty in the box for Oxford, including Goodwin, and Hagen takes charge.
Good work, Dembele. Knows he's got the overlapping El Mizuni outside him. Good defending at the far post from Hagen.
The set piece about to be delivered by Will Vaux, an outswinger. Sent back behind by Kyle Bartley.
He's angry, Will Vaux, because he's put the ball exactly where he wanted to. He expected a teammate to arrive.
Come on, you baggies. Come on, you baggies.
So Vaux, it will be again to deliver this. There's that signal again, hit into the same area again. Donnell Furlong, it was awkward for him. Handball appeals from Oxford players around Donnell Furlong and the fans behind the goal, but the referee says no case to answer.
I'd love to see what the Oxford fans, if they got given a penalty against them for something like that. Just say no more, shall we?
I think I get what you're saying, Dom.
Yeah.
In your own inimitable style. There's Ratchich. Maja, nice feet. He's linked up here with Grady Diangana, who is seen off, but Ratchich, or Hegem I should say, backing up. Now Carlin Grant. Diangana hits the deck. And Oxford looking for something on the counter-attack here with Mark Harris, but he nudges over Kyle Bartley.
Yeah, I mean, we saw one in the first half where he used his body well, and look, you see what Des Buckingham thinks. Again, file that one in the category of soft as well.
Well, Lee Doughty is coming across to brandish a yellow card to Des Buckingham, who made his feelings known to the officials.
Well, he's saying
as they left the field at the break.
You can lip read him. He's saying it's not a foul. There's a part of me that agrees with him, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but the referee's on our side.
I mean, had it been in the penalty area and a defender on an attacker, you wouldn't give a penalty for that.
There's Diangana. It's Carlin Grant. Kioso slides in. Now Goodwin. There is an edge to this contest. Kioso. Rodriguez as Oxford roll forward. Goodwin again. Bartley's in the way. Rodriguez. And that will carry through to Palmer.
Well, it hasn't come to anything, but it's better from Oxford United here.
His grandmother, who used to take him to watch Oxford at the Manor Ground, Des Buckingham, the old Manor Ground, still has the a photograph of the first ticket he ever had when Oxford played Bristol City back in 1990, the first game he attended. Now here he is as the head coach of his football club.
Get it!
It's wide.
Yeah, it's the first touch that makes it almost impossible for him to score. He just doesn't get the ball where he wants. It gets stuck under his feet a little bit. More a hit and hope than expectation.
It has been better though from Oxford at the start of this second half.
We're running past the defenders, scoring 1 and 2. He looks good, he looks good, he looks fine, looks good. Josh Marcus on the line.
Nelson gets the better of Maja. El Mazouni. Ghana leading the charge for West Bromwich Albion, and Albion get the corner.
Nice. So good, isn't he? Close control, running with the ball. Defender's almost scared to make challenges when he's running at you like that. Good recovery.
Seen mainly now, by the looks of it, as a number 10 by Carlos Corberan.
Well, in theory, it should mean that he's more involved in games playing there.
Bartley trying to get free in the middle. Bartley rising with Kioso. There's Carlin Grant, who's lost out and out of the picture. It's Goodrum looking to release Mark Harris with
Get it out!
Over the top. And Donald Furlong was across on the cover. Harris wants a free kick. Nothing doing.
Well, the Oxford fans want every coming together to be an Oxford free kick. Like I said, they're just getting a bit consumed here. That is not a foul. Never has been, never will be.
Exactly.
It's brilliant from Darnell Furlong.
Once again showing why West Bromwich Albion have opted to offer him a contract extension, Darnell Furlong. She has gleefully signed for another couple of years. Through the gap from Mowat, there's Racic. Ajayi. There's Maja.
Josh Marcus on my mind.
Maja again. Appearing in pockets again. Racic goes down. Albion free kick.
Theatrical fall, but it looked like a foul nevertheless. They've got a hold of each other, but as he spins, he is pulled down. This is where Darnell Furlong gets a call. I'm not sure Mark Harris knows he's there. Just about gets the ball, doesn't he, the defender?
Come on, you
lot. Those two in conversation again, Mowat and Carlin Grant.
Come on!
To the Albion fans who, as ever, have travelled in their numbers, sold out their allocation. 80 miles or so south of West Bromwich to get to Oxford.
Baggies!
Carlin Grant. Hagen was lurking with intent.
A little variation. I'm sure many other than the West Brom players would have been expecting that.
Come on, you baggies. Come on, you baggies.
Masher again, waiting at the far post. Bartley was looking to make an impact too. It's Carlin Grant was travelling.
Tell you what, that's an important intervention, isn't it? That was hit. Absolutely strikes this perfectly. Tell you what, I think that's in the net. I don't think the goalkeeper's getting there.
Luckily for Oxford, Ben Nelson did. This is familiar. Albion set up again from these corner kicks. Towards the far post, the keeper has to stay at home and Oxford get the free kick. Cumming was trying to come through the crowds.
Come on,
The Albion far post corner routine, they all break as if to make their way towards the middle of the goal, then some readjust and head back towards the far post again, and Oxford having to cope with that kind of movement.
Albion.
Not to mention the little blocks as well.
Albion. Baggies. Go on!
Jamie Cumming. Ajayi.
Josh Rogers on my mind. El
Mazzuni back to Nelson again. Well, they got there. There's Goodrum.
Get it out.
Looking for Kyoso to make a run on the outside. Goodrum goes inside. Now Kyoso, well, he was the target, but he hasn't continued his run. Applause though from Des Buckingham down below us. A difficult time when he first arrived at his hometown club, Des Buckingham. Difficult start to life as Oxford head coach admits he struggled to settle back into life in Oxford, having managed overseas and coached overseas for almost a decade.
I think it was more the results that made it more of a struggle, wasn't it? Like 5 wins in the first 19. It wasn't the start that he would have hoped for, but he galvanised them. They finished strong.
Just like
and here they are.
Square steel.
Rodriguez.
Remember that being
Jai stretching. Harris will pick up the pieces.
Galvanised square steel.
El Mazzuni. Now Sarike Dembele. Hawks. Kyoso. There's Goodrum. Looking to make sure no gaps appear. It's Dembele. Looks for a window of opportunity. Oh, and that could have gone anywhere.
Well, again, there's hands on heads in the middle from Rodriguez, from Goodrum, from Mark Harris, because nobody gambles. They just think the goalkeeper's going to get it. Look at Goodrum at the far post. He's the one should be trying to get on the end of that. He knows himself. Little mutterings.
Dembele, whose brother Karamoko has made an impact at Queen's Park Rangers this season, albeit Rangers have been struggling of late. There's Goodrum. Harris. Now Vaux. The experienced leader at the heart of the Oxford United midfield, Will Vaux. Dembele.
We are Albion, say we are Albion. We are Albion, say we are Albion.
To the hour mark, it has been better from Oxford United in the second half. Certainly in terms of possession, they're having more than West Bromwich Albion. That's what you do with it. So far, Alex Palmer not worked.
Well, fellows looking to try and make an impact here. It's in a real battle there with Kieran Brown. Harris had a stretch but couldn't get to it. There's Carlin Grant. Vaux. Harris again looking to try and time his run. He's backed up by Rodriguez. Nice touch there from Hagen. Gets Albion on the front foot.
It's just got a bit more of an open feel to it though, hasn't it? And I think that will please Des Buckingham more than it will Carlos Corberán, I think.
Racic has made the offer through the middle here. The door slammed shut by Kieran Brown. Cardiff now 3 up against Plymouth Argyle at the Cardiff City Stadium. Luton 2 ahead in a big derby there at Kenilworth Road. Cook got the first, still goalless, a deep down between Preston and Coventry. A reminder, all of these games available to you on Sky Sports Plus if it's part of your subscription.
We'll go down. We'll go down.
Season going. Big game against Barrow. Accrington have the lead
beat the
in
fuck
that
out
game
of
in League
Villa.
2.
We'll go down. We'll go down. We'll go down together. Come back up. Win the goal. Beat the fuck out of Villa.
There's Mowat. Diangana. Darnell Furlong had stepped into midfield. This is Carlin Grant. Carlin Grant involved again.
Get it!
There's Maja.
Shoot!
It's Grant,
Oh!
taken away from him by Masha. And now Ratchich.
Oh!
And Cummings right behind it.
Well, this all comes
Fucking
because
hell.
Darnell Furlong leaves the right back role and steps inside. It's before we
I
get
was
to this
fully
stage, and
clenched.
they're struggling to clear the ball.
That was
Oxford United,
close.
West Brom keeping it alive, and it could have gone
Very,
anywhere, really.
Very bloody close.
Comfortable for Cummings in the end.
Holy fuck.
Well, Oxford are ready to bring on Dane Scarlett.
Hey!
So Des Buckingham will be making a change surely. As Dom mentioned earlier, Dane Scarlett has really impressed the Oxford United coaching staff here since arriving on loan. Louis Sibley is also about to come on, who struck at Portsmouth in Oxford's last game.
Yellow cards out.
Yellow card shown to Nelson.
Yeah, good spin by Josh Madger, who, by the way, I think has been exceptional in that number 9 role.
Well, Oxford about to make this double change then. So Dane Scarlett is coming on. And he will replace Mark Harris, so a straight swap in the Oxford attack. And Louis Sibley will replace Ruben Rodriguez.
Is this a library? Is this a library? Is this a library? Is this a
So Dane Scarlett, fresh from scoring for England's under-21s during the international window, he is on. And Louis Sibley, a scorer, as I mentioned, at Portsmouth, at Fratton Park a couple of weeks ago. He's been a little bit frustrated that he hasn't been given as many opportunities as he would have liked so far. He is on.
Looks
Ruben
good,
Rodriguez off.
he looks fine. Josh Madger's on my mind, and he's having number 9 do. Running past defenders, scoring 1 or 2. He looks good, he looks good, he looks fine. Josh Madger's on my mind.
The target, away by Moore.
My fucking thing.
Goodrum gets the better of Grant. Scarlett with a run in behind Carl Bartley. And Palmer was perfectly placed.
Yeah, look, it's the right tactic from Oxford. Pace up there, he had it with Harris, willing runners. Only takes to get one of those right, and you're in business.
I wanna be in that number when the stripes go marching in.
Scarlett's last club goal was for Portsmouth during a loan spell there in February of last year. On loan again from Tottenham, this time at Oxford. There's Masha. Wayne Rooney calls Josh Madger a really interesting striker to try and mark. When Wayne Rooney's Plymouth Argyle faced Albion, they tried to shut down Josh Madger simply because of the pockets of space he drops into.
Yeah, he's got a clever brain, intelligent, a real team
and
player
the
as
stripes
well.
go
A brilliant start to the
fucking
season.
hell.
Well, Mowat doing the pulling, he knows what's coming. A yellow card for the former Oxford man.
Yeah, there are yellow cards that you really can't have any complaints about. I think that's one of them.
A booking for Alex Mowat, a free kick for Oxford, who are still standing in this contest.
You fucking nanogram.
Their unbeaten home record on the line here. Sibley. Nelson was the target. Here's Colin Grant.
You thought?
Hegem. Hegem's there again. Sibley involved again. There's Goodrum. Dembele.
We'll go down. We'll go down. We'll go down together.
It was elaborate. It worked out for him. Now Kieran Brown. The home fans rise up again here at the Kassam Stadium. place that they will be leaving in the summer of 2026. We're expecting planning permission for the new stadium to be granted February 2025 when it is built, with the profits they'll make in terms of the money they'll make on match days and everything else. It will be life-changing for Oxford United to have their own stadium.
Yeah, it's a brilliantly run club now, isn't it? From top to bottom, an awful lot to admire about Oxford United.
And they'll just have to have that ground share in between years. The pain for the gain. There's Racic. A nice pirouette from him. Now Grady Diangana. Who goes backwards.
Yeah, it looks to me like they're in contain mode, West Bromwich Albion, which is all well and good, but while this game is 1-0, Oxford still well in it.
Colin Scilbrand's just had a word with Jed Wallace, who's returned to the Albion dugout. There's Goodwin, inviting ball in. Dembele was in the middle, but couldn't direct it on target.
Yeah, he's under a lot of pressure. Siriki Dembele, not really noted for his heading prowess. You can see he makes the move in behind Ajayi, but Furlong again in round on the cover. There was a bit of controversy, wasn't there? He ran in behind. Does Darnell Furlong get the ball there? The answer is no, but I can understand. I thought live that it was a brilliant piece of defending and that Furlong had played that ball. Doesn't look like he had there.
A double change is imminent from West Bromwich Albion. John Swift and Jed Wallace, the two who have emerged from the Albion dugout down below us. As Carlos Corberán maybe looks to try and spark Albion into life again at the other end of the pitch, the attacking third. Colin Grant has gone for the return here. Diangana to Fellows, the two who'll be coming off shortly. So that was the final action in this game for both Tom Fellows and Grady Diangana. They are withdrawn, and on come the experienced Jed Wallace and John Swift.
And this is what I was talking about this season. They do look stronger, got quality to bring from the bench.
It's Jed Wallace who mentioned the five-a-sides, by the way, that happen a little bit more in training these days. A bit of a lighter touch at times from Carlos Corberán, who, as we know, is so intense. So many meetings for the players individually, pre-match and post-match as well. Every detail given to them by Carlos Corberán and his staff. And Carlos Corberán, his record will tell you it works. He gets teams to playoffs. He's hoping to go that extra step this season. There's Colin Grant to Swift.
Racic to Grant.
Grant again.
Grant on the outsides. Line in it.
Swift. Swift again. Always fearless on the ball. John Swift always wants to be involved.
Hey! There we go.
Yeah. See the control that John Swift has brought in the very short space of time that he's been on. Lots and lots of touches, retaining possession.
We're the Albion! We're the Albion!
He's a bit freer as well in his role to drop deeper and operate a little bit further back at times for West Bromwich Albion this season. He's in the final third here, and he's standing over this free kick. As Albion look for some breathing space. Oxford get the free kick.
Fizzed in Plenty of pace. It's the usual grappling in the penalty area. The referee's picked something out there.
Sibley. Racic. There's Vaux. There's that ball over the top again. It's Scarlett this time who is giving chase rather than Mark Harris, who has since been withdrawn as Oxford prepare to make another change. Malcolm Abue will be coming on shortly. I've seen him offer a threat in the championship before. Abue. Grant. Swift. Heggham's made the run forward from left back. Grant's up there with him. Trying to smuggle it through. Oxford have the answer, and in particular, Elliot Moore.
Yeah, very good passing, good movement. Heggum trying to pick out Carlin Grant, who'd made the offer.
Buggers!
Jai's forward. Major again at the far post. Here for Uroš Racic, who set his sights but couldn't deliver. That's one left foot and one right foot now, though.
Well pointed out, yeah.
Just going back to what you were saying in the first half. There's Malcolm Abue coming on. He'll replace Siriki Dembele. So Dembele's afternoon is over. Oxford's record buy. Didn't cost £1 million, so that was reported. It was less than that. He leaves the scene, and on comes Malcolm Abue.
Here's another one. He hasn't had the opportunities that he'd probably hoped for when he signed on the dotted line.
And that means that Tyler Goodrum has moved across to the left-hand side now, which is where he likes to operate from, as well as central midfield. So Goodrum left, Abue right. Abue, a player that Carl Robinson tried to bring here back in 2022, but by his own admission, Malcolm Abue has had a quiet couple of seasons after making a blistering start to life in the championship.
It's not a good challenge. It really is not a good challenge, and I can understand why the West Bromwich Albion players are not happy. There's absolutely zero intention to get the ball here. I'll tell you what, horrible challenge that. It's one that could hurt an opponent.
Well, we know he's a fiery character, Louis Sibley. And he's just been booked for that challenge on Alex Mowat. Two competitors in the midfield area, those two.
Well, do him, do him.
I've been able to mark that back in my day.
I'm trying to remember your day, Don.
Swiftly on, Gary.
There's a Jai. Now Darnell Furlong. Madger dropped deep. Just about got away with that, but again we saw Josh Madger, that presence he has in pockets, difficult to pick up for the opposition.
Oh!
Made his way inside the box, but Oxford had a youth on his back. There's Jed Wallace.
Go on, Wallace.
Another who, like Louis Sibley,
Wallace,
on the other side, has had to be patient and hoping for a few more opportunities, Jed Wallace.
Oh.
And he holds on, no trouble there from Racic, and he looks for the quick release. Scarlett. Abue, who is left-footed, playing on the right here, and he links up with Scarlett. Sibley's in the middle, so too is Kyle Bartley. 15 minutes to play, plus additional time, an important 15 minutes too. Swift has felt the full effects of that. Has Elliot Moore made his presence felt?
Yeah, it's a purely accidental coming together. Can understand why it's knocked the wind out of John Swift. It's fizzed in. It's just a clear, and Swift,
yeah,
if anything, runs into Moore, doesn't he?
Well, John Swift receiving treatment after that heavy collision. Wearing the number 10 shirt for West Bromwich Albion this season. That used to be worn by that man there, Matt Phillips, who left West Bromwich Albion for Oxford in the summer. Out injured right now. Part of the injured contingent watching on, not too far away from us. Cameron Brannigan, another who has been missing for the last few weeks. Has been such an important figure for Oxford in the last few years. We'll be hoping that he will be making his way back in a few weeks rather than months. Cameron Brannigan.
I think there was better news on that front, wasn't there? There was a concern that he may need an operation.
Yeah. So John Swift looks to be okay and ready to continue.
4-0. What the fuck?
He's waiting to get the nod to come back on. Albion down to 10 for now. There's Kioso. Abue. Moore. There's Brown. Swift still being held back. Now he's way back up. Albion are back up to their full complement.
Whee!
Hegem getting to that.
What's a header?
Ajayi. Vaux. West Bromwich Albion looking to continue this fabulous run away from the Hawthorns. Beaten just the one so far on the road this season. That was at Sheffield Wednesday. They almost managed to rescue a point. Abue's ball in. Good for arriving on the scene. Scarlett tries to get to him and gets the free kick.
Oh, it was a lovely ball. Abue spots Goodrum at the far post. Just stretching, isn't he? Tyler Goodrum can't get that away from the goalkeeper. I think it's just the right arm of Dane Scarlett. Just catches Palmer there, look, on the head.
So a double change is on the way from West Bromwich Albion and Carlos Corberan. Mikey Johnston and Jason Malumbi, the two who are about to come on. Let's look to see this out. Goodrum. Nelson. Kioso. There's Abue. Shown the inside, he takes up the invitation onto his stronger left foot. Racic and Josh Maja, the two who will come off shortly for West Bromwich Albion. Is this the day that Oxford United's unbeaten home run ends in the Championship, or can they save this? There's Maja. Jed Wallace scampering forward. Swift wants it played now.
Go on, run it,
Wallace
run it, run it.
And he tried to pick out Maja.
And he had Carlin Grant as well at the far post, free as a bird. Maybe went for the wrong choice there.
There's Abue. Scarlett. Now Kieran Brown. Goodrum. Loves to cut inside from that left-hand side onto his right foot. Spent most of the game on the opposite flank today, and Palmer will hold on to that.
Yeah, but that's not going to cut it, is it? High, hopeful ball. Big defensive unit, West Bromwich Albion. They literally only had one player in the box, Oxford.
West Brom FC. from the Black Country.
It's the Albion fans you can hear inside the Kassam Stadium right now. Just over 10 minutes away as it stands from going top of the championship.
Go on!
This is Swift.
Shoot!
On the move again.
Oh!
Kyoso sliding in to put the pressure on the Albion goal scorer.
Yeah, he's left Josh Madger frustrated. Madger there lays it off and then goes. I would have thought Carlin Grant a little cut back into that area.
Mikey,
there's a double change there.
He came on.
Game is over, as is Josh Madger's.
Some things you never
Those two leave
expect.
the scene.
Mikey Johnston.
Come Jason Malumbi and Mikey Johnston.
Well, they've both had very good games, I have to say. Josh Madger's hold-up play has been outstanding today. Very unselfish. And Racic probably had his best game in a West Brom shirt, I would say.
Yeah, as we said earlier on, he's still trying to find, by the looks of it, this right midfield blend, Carlos Corberan. As that midfield partnership has changed now for the last 4 games. Owen Dale comes on for Oxford. Idris El Mazouni is withdrawn. So Owen Dale, a winger who's direct, loves to cause teams problems. He is on, and now Tyler Goodrum, it looks like, has moved into his 3rd position of the game, into central midfield, where he flourished last season. So Owen Dale wide left, Abue right, and Goodrun now alongside Sibley and Will Vauxhall in that Oxford midfield. There's Nelson.
Baggers.
Kieran Brown.
Baggers. Away, 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 away.
Haggam will look to see that out. This is where the tireless work that Albion do out of possession, off the ball in the weeks leading up to games comes to fruition, or I hope it comes to fruition.
Yeah, they're almost as good as anybody, aren't they, at managing a game without the ball.
Mikey Johnston. It's electric. Some things you never expected.
Darnell Furlong. There's Nelson. Kieran Brown. Kyoso. Albion 4-4-2 out of possession here, as Oxford look to try and break them down. Abue, he's got 2 for company. He's managed to pick out the cross. Dale was waiting in the middle. It's Tyler Goodrum, and Malumbi stood his ground. Wallace looking for something on the counter-attack. Nelson steps in. Now it's Dale. Goodrum.
Keep it out, lads.
Brown.
Keep it out!
Abue was waiting. Hegham's in the way. This is Swift. Here come Oxford United again. The storm has arrived.
Oh, fair play. They're having a right go here, Oxford. Just been able to keep them at arm's length, though, West Brom, haven't they? Haven't really given up a big chance.
Abue. Ajayi trying to get to that. It drops to Dale. Now Kieran Brown. Dale again. It was Hawks that time, and Oxford will set the ball.
Come on, lads. Get it out. Just get it out and up.
The home fans are looking for a hero here. They've had quite a few in the last 12 months or so. Vauxhall to the corner. Palmer thought about coming. Abue beaten to it. That's Mowat. Johnston trying to step in. It's Malcolm Abue. He wants to go onto his left foot. Abue couldn't work the opening onto his left foot. Nelson. There's Kieran Brown. Albion fans again making themselves heard, standing shoulder to shoulder with their team as they look to see this out. Kioso's on the move, but he can't move quick enough to get to that.
No, but fair play to them. They have been pushing West Bromwich Albion back towards their own goal, certainly in the last 5 minutes, but without being able to work Alex Palmer. That's the disappointing thing from his perspective. It's been a game of few chances, hasn't it, really, in reality, and even the goal wasn't really a chance, to be fair. Super strike.
Yeah, fabulous finish from Carlin Grant. That right now is the difference as we head towards additional time. Here is Carlin Grant. Oxford leading the charge of the promoted clubs so far this season, as we said earlier on. That's despite being really 3 weeks behind the other two in Derby and Portsmouth in terms of clinching their place in the championship through the playoffs. They've done it for days like this, opposition like this, as they look to save this game. Vaux looks for Dale, and that's a push, and that's a free kick.
Yeah, it's not subtle. You can try and ease him out, try and use your body, but without using your arms like that. It's blatant.
Start of another 3-game championship week when things can change.
Albion!
West Bromwich Albion go to Blackburn, then host Cardiff. Within the next 7 or 8 days, Oxford home to Derby, away to Sunderland. That's what's on the agenda for them. Sunderland you can see live at Hull tomorrow on Sky Sports Football from 2:30. Sunderland about to be knocked off top spot as it stands by West Bromwich Albion, who were looking for a big finish here with Mikey Johnston. And the ball prized away from him by Nelson. Had such an impact, Mikey Johnston, when he arrived on loan at the Hawthorns last season when they lost the playoff semi-final at Southampton the second leg. Carlos Corberán called him to the front of the team bus and said, "We will do everything we can to bring you back."
Yeah, fair play. It didn't really look like they would have the money to do it, did it? Really, as you've already pointed out, Carlos Corberán operating on a restricted budget, really. And more restricted than he would have wanted.
We all go down.
Yeah, we all go down. Most challenging time as a head coach, Carlos Corberán, the summer rebuild. The money that they banked from the Brandon Thomas Asante deal meant they could pay for Mikey Johnston. As we head into 5 additional minutes.
Hegem again, really good defending. He has been a roaring success, hasn't he, since arriving at the club? I think he's the only one of the new players that has established himself right from the start here.
Hegem.
Yeah, had to replace Connor Townsend, who headed off in the summer. Made his Norway debut during the international break. Torbjorn Hegem, albeit it wasn't the best of debuts. He lost 5-1 against Austria, and that's even with Erling Haaland leading the line for Norway. Offside this time will frustrate Oxford.
Once again, it's another game that his team have been really competitive in, and that's to be applauded. That every single defeat so far has been by 1 goal. They've got 4 minutes to change the destiny of this game.
Ajayi. Ajayi again.
Well, Will Vaux, long throw. We haven't seen that so far.
First time. Unless we're mistaken, Will Vaux is lining one up here for Oxford United. He's got plenty of land which to run into there. He launches it with brilliant.
Oh, fucking hell.
There's the Oxford United hero. There's
Oh.
the man they needed. And he may just have saved their unbeaten championship home record. Dane Scarlett.
Well, there is one thing that you cannot deny his team have got, and that is resilience and fighting spirit, and they'll keep going right to the end. And it's a huge moment. I mean, it's an incredible throw from Will Vaux, but it's the flick on from Elliot Moore. Dane Scarlett is on the move. He knows the area that he wants to attack, the young striker, and he's aggressive, and he gets his head on it. And has he got his team a point?
Well, Oxford may say, where's that long throw been before from Will Vaux? There's Hegham. Albion looking to respond. There was a chance there. Jed Wallace was waiting inside the box.
Well, they'll kick themselves, West Bromwich Albion. They had really restricted Oxford. As we see, Wallace's chance, mistimed header. They were managing the game so well. There was no real sign of any danger from Oxford. They were keeping them out of their box, certainly protecting Alex Palmer, and he'll be frustrated. He'll be proud, Des Buckingham, and rightly so. Another example. There are countless examples of the resilience that this group have got.
Well, will there be another twist later on?
Get it out, man. Fucking boot it up. The only way we're going to score now.
Johnston. The ball did stay in. Here's Mowat.
Fucking hell.
Big moment over Dane Scarlett. His first club goal since February 2023.
Hey,
another lone spell out of Tottenham. As a Bue is booked.
Come on, one more minute.
Done. Colin Grant wide.
Yeah, he's been brilliant, literally, from
Come
the start.
on.
It's a work ethic as well. It's the things that you don't see there. It's the tracking back, it's the tackling.
Oh,
and it's a nice story.
Fuck.
A player that was out in the cold.
Come on. Stop bloody wasting it, mate.
Ridiculed a little bit from some sections of the fans for a lack of work ethic. Well, you can't accuse him of that now. Works as hard as anybody.
Oi, ref.
Yeah,
Ref.
his fabulous strike.
Ref.
May not have won this contest by the looks of it. Oxford look to have saved it.
Hey. I'll fucking kick it out. Palmer. Last kick of the bloody game, man. Come on.
Jed Wallace.
Get it up.
Swift.
Fuck.
Another big name calls, but Oxford United refuse to fall. This is a stadium like no other.
Fuck.
And Oxford United refuse to let any other run the show here.
Lucky. So lucky. Alright, anyway. It's the end of the stream. See you a lot later. Oh, fucking hell.